Alpha Capital rules aren't complicated, but missing details can still cost you an account. In the next 11 minutes, I'll go through all the rules that traders need to understand before trading. If you're trading prop firms, one of the fastest ways to fail isn't bad strategy, it's not reading the rules. My name's Daniel. I trade prop firms and break down prop firm rules, restrictions, and all the fine print so you know exactly what you're dealing with before you risk your hard-earned money. Now let's go straight into it and let's talk about the profit targets. And in particular for this type of challenge, what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be talking about the two-step challenge. So Alpha Capital has different two-step challenges. They've got the Alpha Pro 6%, Alpha Pro 8%, and the Alpha Pro 10%. So for this particular example, because I like to have an overall drawdown of 10%, we're going to talk about the Alpha Pro 10%, which is the one that I would go for. So for this particular challenge, in phase 1, you need to achieve a 10% profit target. And then in phase 2, you have to achieve a 5% profit target. So this is the standard in the industry. And then now let's go into max loss and daily loss. Now for the daily loss, it's 5%. And what I like about the Alpha Pro 10% is you can see that it's balance-based drawdown. So if you're a swing trader, this is very beneficial for you. And then you can see that the max overall drawdown is 10%. It gives you a lot of leeway, so it reduces your chances of you actually blowing the account. And what's nice as well is it's not trailing, it's static-based drawdown. So this is perfect. Now let's go into what are the prohibited trading strategies, because you might trade a particular way and it might actually be in the prohibited trading strategies area. So this is one of the very first things that you should be checking, because you might be wasting your hard-earned money by buying a prop firm challenge that doesn't allow you to trade the way in which you like. So on screen right now, I've got the prohibited trading strategies, and it doesn't look like anything really hectic. You can see that there's something called order spamming. So they explain it over here, where they basically say that it's basically where you just keep spamming the order book. So you just keep taking orders. So apparently that's some way that some people trade, and they don't want that kind of trading. Also, if you're a high frequency trader, it's not going to work for you in this prop firm, and in a lot of prop firms in general, they don't like high frequency traders. And then the typical one, which is group trading and signal following. So obviously you can't be in the same group as a whole bunch of people and you're all taking the same trade. You know, everybody knows those Telegram groups where that guy's like, buy limit here, stop loss, take profit. If you're doing that, and there's a lot of you in this particular prop firm doing this, you're going to get nowhere with this prop firm. So that's it for prohibited trading strategies. So nothing hectic here. Now the next thing we're going to look at is the consistency rules. Does Alpha Capital Group have consistency rules? So from what I've seen online, it looks like Alpha Capital Group do have a consistency, but this is when you request your payouts on demand. So if you have clicked on this option, you will have to deal with consistency. And basically, you have to adhere to the 40% best day rule, which basically means that you cannot make more than 40% of your profits in one single day. They're not going to accept your payout. So you've got to obviously keep trading until your best day is 40% or less of the total profit. And you must also have a minimum of 2% of gross profits on the account balance. So what that means from my understanding is that you need to have at least made 2% before you can withdraw it. But it looks like if you don't have the on-demand feature, it doesn't seem like there's any consistency rules. So that's really nice. Now, the next thing we're going to look at is the max lot size or any notional volume limits. So with regards to the challenge phase, there are no lot size limits. But as soon as you are a funded trader, they start to impose max lot size limits. So I'm going to put them up now for you to see. And you can see, for example, something like 100K account, you've got max 40 lots. So that's not too bad. A lot of other ones sometimes have like 12 lots, 9 lots, 8 lots as their max lot on 100K. So that's not bad to have 40 lots on a 100K. And there are no notional volume limits. So that's really nice. All this talk about max lot size and notional volume limits now leads me on to one of the prop firms that I work with, which is funded trader markets, which have no max lot size or notional volume limits. So if you'd like to try them out, I have a discount code in the description. Now let's carry on with this video. Let's talk about if they have any copy trading rules. And copy trading is allowed on Alpha Capital Group accounts. So you can have the Alpha Capital Group account as your master, or you can have other accounts as the master, and you can have the Alpha Capital one as the slave. All they ask is that you give the required information for the master account, which is the account number, the investor password, and whatever server that you're using for the master. And then you can see over there, they talk about that if you want to initiate copy trading, that please contact us and provide the required information at support@alphacapitalgroup.uk. Now, the one thing that you can't do is that if you are trying to copy trade from platforms such as CTrader, DXTrade, or TradeLocker, unfortunately, at this stage, it doesn't seem like you can copy trade from that. I'm not entirely sure why that is, but that is their rules. Sorry for that disruption, guys. I was just needing to close my trade as it's past my trading window. Very nice, made a nice profit. Anyways, let's carry on. Now let's talk about a particular rule that I found interesting with Alpha Capital Group rules, and that is the average 2-minute duration rule. Now basically what the rule is that the majority of your trades need to have an average duration of 2 minutes. So you can have some trades that are less than 2 minutes, but in general, majority of them need to be longer than 2 minutes. So that is very important. So if you're a hyper scalper and maybe your trade is 30 seconds, 45 seconds, or something like that, then this is not the prop firm for you. If this breakdown is helping you avoid making stupid mistakes, please make sure that you hit the subscribe button to make sure that you don't miss out on any of my upcoming videos. Now let's talk about something some of you may not know about Alpha Capital Group, or maybe some of you do because it's really annoying, and that's what is called the risk management group. And what is this? It's basically a temporary group that some traders, when they are funded, get put into depending on the type of trading that they do. So maybe the firm has looked at their performance and they're looking at it and they're like, you're a really risky trader, or I don't like some of the things you do, so we're going to go and put you in this tiny little group and we're going to restrict you. So let's talk about exactly what happens. Well, for starters, the leverage gets reduced to 1 to 30, and on top of that, your max lots get dropped even further. So when you're a funded trader, irregardless, if you've got a 100K account, your max lot is 40. But if you get put into this particular group, then your max lot for 100K gets dropped all the way to 20 lots. So basically halved. What they do is they grab you and say, you're a little baby, let me put a leash on you and let's make sure that you don't go anywhere silly with your trades. So you're a little baby, let's make sure you don't misbehave. So how does this prop firm qualify you as a little baby? So the first way to qualify is consistently risking or losing 2% per trade. Another way is extreme scalping. So just taking a lot of trades continuously. Another way is through gambling, through high impact news. So you're like, let me full port it on NFP. Let me put 250,000 lots just before NFP and let me retire my entire bloodline. Now, the only thing that will happen is you won't be retiring your entire bloodline, but instead you'll be put into this group. Well, actually, you'd be really lucky if you were just put in this group because you would probably lose the account. And another way is account rolling. So if you're just going full port on the account continuously, trying to pass these accounts really fast, and they look at your history and let's say you've blown 20, 30, 40, 50 of their challenges, then they may deem you as a high risk individual. Now, can you be removed from the little baby corner, i.e. the risk management group? Yes. Upon discretion, if they see that you're behaving, they will remove the leash and allow you to trade normally like the rest of us. But it is based on discretion. So I don't know if they even allow it or what's the story. One thing that I really like is that they explain exactly how you get put into this group. So you know exactly what will happen when you do certain things. If you start doing these silly things, you will end up in this corner. So just don't do it, and then you won't have anything to worry about. A lot of traders don't look at this and then they complain. And that's why it's important that you really understand the rules for prop firms. None of these rules are impossible to follow, but ignoring even one can cost you an account. The goal isn't to fear the rules, but it's to trade within them. That's why it's important to choose the right prop firm for your trading style. And I've ranked the major prop firms specifically from a swing trader's perspective. So if you'd like to watch that, you can watch that right here.